loves, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, what's up? My name is Lisa. Definitely make sure you subscribe. In today's video, I'm going to be kind of reacting or answering assumptions about me. I feel like this was kind of like a thing about a year ago, and then recently I saw a lot of people doing it again, and I've never done it, so I was actually very curious to see like what people assume of me. So a couple days ago, I posted a little like ask box on my Instagram stories, and I asked you guys to just send in any assumptions you have about me. I read through it a little bit, but then I was like, no, I don't want to like fully read everything because then it kind of like I want to be able to react to it on camera. Hopefully you guys aren't going to be too mean and like hurt my feelings, but yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see. Someone said you don't have a lot of friends, and this is actually true. It's not even insulting or anything. Like I literally just don't have that much friends. Like I mean, I have friends that like people that I know, but when it comes to like real friends, it's only like a small group because I just like having like a small circle. I've never been the type of person that had like 20-30 friends or like a huge friend group. Like I was never like that. So yeah, I actually don't have that many friends or like close friends. So you seem to have a short temper. Kind of true, kind of not. Like it really depends on what the situation is, but it's not that hard to piss me off, to be honest. Like, in general, I would say no, but like it's also not that hard to piss me off. So like kind of yes, kind of no. You're not religious. This is true. I feel like I'm a little bit spiritual, and like there's certain things I believe in, like astrology and stuff, but I don't believe in like a god or anything like that. I do kind of believe in like energy and the universe, but not necessarily that like we were created by like a god or something. I definitely believe a lot in science, but yeah, I don't know, not religious. You're really picky when it comes to friendships. This is definitely true. Like I can get along with a lot of people, but for you to actually be like my close friend, I need to just make sure that we like completely just vibe really well. Like I trust you, and like I don't know, just it has to feel right. And I mean, like I said, I do know a lot of people, but like not a whole lot of them I'm like super close to. I assume you've never smoked anything like drugs. I actually have smoked weed, but besides that I haven't tried any other drug. Not really interested in like taking any pills or anything, but I do smoke weed every now and then. But literally not even that often. Like I've only done it a couple times. You never enjoyed school. I've definitely had like great moments at school, but in general, like especially my high school experience just wasn't very great. I'm going back to school in September, hoping it'll be a better experience, but I think it will because like I'm older now and like it's just gonna be so different. But in general, I haven't enjoyed school that much, especially because I just wasn't studying anything that I was like interested in. So I'm hoping when I go to fashion school in September, I'm gonna enjoy it for the first time. You don't like to share much about your personal life. If this is about like me being on the internet and sharing, I definitely try to not overshare. Like there's things that I'm like very open about, and that I can talk about, especially like things like mental health and stuff. But when it comes to like my super personal life and like the people around me, I definitely like keeping that kind of a bit more private. Like if I were to be like in a relationship right now, I probably wouldn't share it for a long time. Just like little things like that. Yeah, I just share whatever I feel like is like okay to share, but I still like to keep certain things private, you know? Like sometimes people ask me like, where do you live? And I'm like, because they think I live in Amsterdam, which I don't, but I also don't really like saying what city I do live in because it's quite small, and it's like I kind of want to just keep that private. Like when I've had people DM me like, oh, I know you live there, like I saw you, or like I recognized something, I was like, oh, it's like it's a little scary. It's like I like to keep things like that private just for like my own safety, and just I don't know, it makes me feel better. But yeah. You feel like you always have to prove your blackness. I go through it a lot being mixed. I do have to kind of agree. Like I feel like there's definitely moments that I kind of have to prove my blackness, which I think is ridiculous because even though I'm half white, like I still am black. Like I look black. I don't pass as a white person. So if someone like asks me like, oh, what are you? I'm like, I'm black. You know, even though I'm mixed, I still look black. Like the color of my skin is black. So I could never like pass as a white person. So like I obviously feel more black even though I'm half white. Does that make any sense? But yeah, definitely feel like sometimes I have to prove it, you know, especially in like videos where I'm like talking about relaxing my hair and stuff. Like I feel like a lot of people kind of talk down on me, I guess, and they're like, oh, like all white moms do this when they have like mixed kids, blah blah blah. So yeah, kind of true, but like I don't know. YouTube is only a temporary thing. Yes and no. I would say like I would love to do social media in general for as long as I can, but I also wouldn't say this is like the career path that I want to like go on for the rest of my life. Like, I'm gonna study fashion in September, and I really want to eventually do something in the fashion industry. And like, my biggest dream is like have my own clothing brand, but obviously like we'll see how that goes. YouTube and like social media is my job right now, and I would love to continue doing that for as long as I can, but I would also say that it's not necessarily like my career path, like my dream career or something. And also just that social media is so like unpredictable, you know, like people can love you right now and then like 3 months from now, so like all of a sudden no one wants to watch your videos anymore. So yeah, someone said you're wealthy, another person said you're rich. So this is actually really funny. A lot of people like assume that I just like come from a lot of money, and like the things that I own right now, and like I'm showing like these designer bags or like shoes or whatever, and I'm like, I mean, I have them now because I work really hard and I like make money, like make enough money to be able to afford that. But I literally come from like not a whole lot of money. Like, I grew up with my siblings, and my mom was a single mom, and my mom wasn't able to work. She has arthritis and like other complications with her body. Like, her body's very fragile, but because of that, like we just didn't have a whole lot of income. And yeah, I grew up with just like not a whole lot of money. Like, I was definitely happy, and my mom did everything she could, and I would also like, obviously my dad would pay for things. But when I was 15, I started working, and ever since I was 15, like I paid for all my stuff myself besides like groceries and stuff. But even now, like obviously because I make enough money, like I support my mom financially as well. Not fully, but I do help her, and I wouldn't consider myself wealthy. I just make like I have a good income right now, and I don't come from that, so I kind of just like enjoy spoiling myself here and there because I just wasn't able to do that when I was younger. And yeah, that's that. You're not very in tune with your Nigerian side. I'd say I'm definitely like in tune with it, probably not as much as I could be, but that's just because I don't talk to my dad, and like I've never been to Nigeria or anything. Like, I didn't grow up with him in the household, so I definitely missed out on a big part of that like culture and like, you know, growing up with it. But I do love Nigerian food, music. Like, there's definitely a lot of things that I that like show that I'm very Nigerian, and like I'm probably quite whitewashed, but I mean that's probably just because I was raised by a white mom and I grew up in like a very white country, if that makes sense. But no, I'd say I'm pretty in tune, just not as much as I could be or like would want to be, I guess. Most of you want to be darker. I mean, I definitely want to get a tan again. Like, I feel kind of pale right now. I lost like my tan completely. Obviously I have makeup on right now, so you can't tell, but my face is like so much paler than my body. So I'd love to be able to lay in the sun and get darker and like tan. I mean, it's funny because when I was younger I wanted to be lighter, so I think that's like I'd rather want to be darker than lighter. You're a control freak and an organized person, 100%. Like, that's definitely the Virgo in me. Oh my god, definitely a control freak. I wish it was a little less than that. I just like being in control. It makes me feel safe, and like not having control over a situation gives me anxiety, so there's that. And then yeah, like I need to organize like my whole life because that just helps me function. Like, if I don't have my life in like order and like organized, I cannot function properly. You're more outgoing and loud off camera, like with your friends and your family. That is true. I'm not sure why that is. I mean, whenever I'm like filming with like my best friend, like you can definitely tell I'm a lot more like loud and like funny and stuff. And that's just what I'm like in like person. But usually when I'm on camera, I'm just like super chill. Like it's not something I do on purpose. I'm not like trying to hide it. That's just like what I'm like when I start filming. And a lot of people actually enjoy that I'm like kind of chill and not like super loud and stuff. So like I don't mind it. Like there's so many people on YouTube that are like super loud, which there's nothing wrong with, but I think it's kind of refreshing that people can like watch my videos and kind of have more of like a chill vibe, because I don't always like watching people that are loud. Sometimes you need it, and then sometimes I need to watch some people that are a bit more chill. So yeah, I definitely am, but it's not really on purpose. That's just, I don't know. You say you don't want to, but actually really want a relationship. I genuinely like don't really care that much. I would love to have a person just have like intimate moments with, you feel me? But I don't really care to have a relationship at the moment. I even talked about this with my mom like a week ago or something, and I was like, a lot of people kind of like go through their life waiting to meet their person. Like, they're so like excited to get married and stuff, and I would love to have that, but I like find more happiness in like knowing I'll eventually like be a mom and stuff. I even said like if I get to a certain age that I really just want to have my first kid and I'm not in a relationship and I don't have anyone to have a kid with, I will literally do it myself if I can financially support it. I don't like, I'm not really, like I said, I'd love the intimacy from someone right now, but like I don't really want to be tied down to anyone. And in general, like, I don't really look at my future like, oh, I want to marry this person. Like, I kind of just more so look at it like, oh, I want to have 5 kids, and like, I'm either gonna do it with someone or I'm gonna do it by myself. So I don't really care that much about relationships, to be really honest. Could totally change though in the next couple of years. Who knows? Maybe I meet someone I'm like, oh my god, this is like everything I have ever needed, you know? I don't really care for a relationship right now, but a little intimacy would be kind of nice. I've had multiple boyfriends. I've never been in a relationship. Dated people, as in like going on dates, talking, whatever you want to call it, but never been in a relationship. Your best friend Luca was your boyfriend. No, my best friend Luca is gay. He's a homosexual, you guys. Please, like, some people's gaydar is like so off. It's ridiculous. He's also 17. There's like a 3-year difference between us, so like I would never even date someone that young. But no, he's my best friend. I assume you're scared to tell people your weight. Now, this is not true. I'm not scared to tell people my weight, but I just think it's kind of weird how people ask for my weight. Like, I'm totally down with telling you how tall I am, but I don't think it's like, it's kind of like too personal to ask someone for like, how much do you weigh? Like, I don't think it really matters. And being someone who has struggled with an eating disorder, I just think like sharing your weight is just so like, I don't know. It shouldn't really matter. Like, I don't even try to focus on like how much I weigh. Like, I don't try to step on a scale because that can be very triggering for me personally, and I feel like I don't know, I just don't really like talking about weight just because it's such a, you know, I don't know, toxic thing, I guess. You got hurt by someone in the past which causes you to have trust issues / trouble opening up. I'd say yes and no. Like, I feel it's kind of just like things I've experienced through my whole life, not necessarily one person, but just like a lot of events in my life that caused me to just have a lot of trust issues, especially towards like men. So okay, so that's all I'm gonna be answering for today. I have no idea how long this video is going to be, but I hope you got to know me a little bit better. You guys weren't too mean. I'm actually like kind of surprised. Like, I felt like a lot of people were gonna be like, you're a bitch, you're this, you're that, and I was like, ooh, I'm kind of scared. But thank you for sparing my feelings. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and of course subscribe. Also turn on my post notifications so that you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram because I post on there daily, so if you want to see daily content of me, make sure to go do that. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.